Hello everyone, here's Memphis, and welcome to War Reapers, the channel where we play horror games that are both shit and sometimes good when we're lucky, and when we sometimes just play other games to lighten up the mood. And I want to talk about three things, specifically some update about the updates on this channel, and some of the games we have been playing, and a voting that I want to establish. First of all, the previous videos that are about the updates, I want to make sure that they are completely irrelevant, because they are both not really informative enough, I would say. The first one was kind of just a joke, and the second one, we were too tired to make real interactive with you guys to tell you what's going on this channel. However, the first thing first. What really have happened during the whole session of the War Reapers, this session of the years that has been bypassed, is that we all have tried to focus on how to get the channel working, while some of us more focused on our own lives. Since Morphus, we were usually meant to be free from the beginning. Morphus were someone who I felt I could trust and could have reciprocate within the videos, and someone who I knew would be funny in the videos. Since he quitted, I felt I quitted as well, because I felt a little bit depressed, and I wanted it to be a threesome because in that way we can have the channel, we can ball with the channel all the time. And now when we got full force again, we have someone who is not really putting obligation into the channel, and I feel a little bit, well, almost pushed aside, because I don't want to turn to War Reapers the same way I used to, simply because we are not the same free musketeers, if you may. And it just becomes something that doesn't really go anywhere. However, there were a lot of talks, a lot of things that we wanted to do. We wanted to do a montage that eventually was about to come to fruition, but I stopped it because as I was editing it, it was in a snail's pace, because I had my life, I have 3 other channels I am trying to build things on, and it becomes an annoyance to be having so much on your shoulders, while we have one that doesn't do anything on the channel right now, which is Lake. And I really want to make him a part of the channel. I want him to help. He is having control on Facebook right now, which I really appreciate, but what I don't want is the channel to become a burden, and that's what this has lately been, and I don't want it to be a burden. However, there are some other things too. There have been pauses during some videos, and it's just because of these reasons. There are things in life that comes within our way, so we can't be focused on YouTube. However, what will happen to the channel is that we will continue to make videos, and there will not be any halts. We have a lot of video games and a lot of horror games that are going to be made up to YouTube, and we hope that you will enjoy every second of it. Some of the horror games that have been played recently are Outlast, which Mohawk will continue, so don't worry about that. He will continue it soon enough, once he will man up, basically, because he's a scaredy cat, I guess. But it's okay. However, Amnesia Emma's Story will not be continued, because the Amnesia we had installed before got uninstalled, and we lost the saves, and I don't want to go through it all again and start off from the beginning, or start where I last was, because it will feel weird. So I will not. Amnesia Emma's Story will unfortunately will not be played by me. Cursed Forest and Aoni will not be continued either, simply because they are simply because we both got stuck on each game. Cursed Forest was simply too broken to bypass a certain point of it, and now only has too many of these puzzles that are just insane, and it becomes unpleasant and not really fun to play. I just simply didn't enjoy the kind of horror that I was presented with, even though I know that some have. However, there was even talk about Five Nights at Freddy's, and I feel like I'm gonna throw up just because of the name. Because I feel like it has become such a big thing. Like when it first hit the stage, it was a small thing. I could look up to it and say, okay, fine, I can play this game and have fun. Or not, I don't know, I haven't played a game. But now it has become, in such a small term, it has barely crossed 1 year and it has already released 3 to 4 games. I don't know how many there are now. And it is just something that I feel a series that go by that fast and become so popular cannot possibly be, well, interesting to say. So I don't know about the game, but it will not be played anytime in the near future, maybe later on, or by someone else than me. Because first of all, we don't own the game. We can't play it if we don't have it, you know. When I say I own game, I say copy, of course. I own a copy. Whatever. However, as I said before, there are a voting I want to make sure happen. I have been able to scratch up a lot of horror games, and I wanna have you guys vote for them. Which one should be played by who? So here's what it goes by. You should simply write the name of the horror game's title down in the description, and write one of our names underneath who should be the one playing it. These are games that we have and have bought. So the games are Penumbra, Neverending Nightmares, Dread Out, Fear, Alien Isolation, The Evil Within, Resident Evil Revelations, Amnesia: A Machine for Pigs, Amnesia Custom Stories are available as well, and an oddball who is Subnautica. Do not be afraid to request any other game, but if you do, please leave a link so we can find the game easier. But these are games that are longer, and we can make a series of them because they are longer. And that's basically what we want to make out of them. Games we can turn to when we have no other option. I don't know about that though, because the internet is big. However, you simply just put the name of the game and then put the name of the member you want to see play the game. You have me, Memphis, Moog, and Lake to put on there. Maybe even Morphus can join as a guest on some, but I don't promise anything, that's a maybe. But he won't be a big part of the channel. That's what Mohawk says, so yeah. So that's basically it. And the vote will be up always. You can vote until we have played all of these games. You can keep voting even after we finish some of the games. This will be up until we have completed them all, as said. So how it will work is basically that if we're playing the game or have played the game, there will be a link on the picture right now. So this will always be relative until we have completed all the games. So yeah, the games you can't vote for, there's a link on the screen right now. So yeah, that's basically it. But if you're looking at this right now, when it's fresh, back when this was released, you are now able to vote. That's now when you should vote. Definitely vote. And it doesn't matter who you are, or if you're just bypassing, or if you are a really big follower or a close friend of ours. Just vote. Do so and see one of the games and type the name down there and then the member's name. And there you go. So yeah, that's basically it. I hope you enjoy this and have voted, and I hope to see you in the future. Subscribe to follow along and keep updated. So yeah, I hope you have a grand old time. Bye!